I am Kim Tracy with the Maxwell James Speaker Agency. So excited to be here with Dr. T.C. North. We have done some really good videos in the recent past that have focused on different aspects of confidence. And with the high performers that you work with, I wanted to know how many are perfectionists and what is the relationship between confidence and perfectionism?
Yeah, great topic for us today, Kim. A lot of the performers I've worked with actually are perfectionists, and perfectionism will certainly help you become good or great at what you do. The problem with perfectionism is it's actually unattainable. And so the downside of perfectionism, of course, is people are often very anxious. That anxiety can actually lead to depression over time. And it's easy to feel like a failure because you can never actually be what you think you are, which is perfect, because nobody can ever be perfect.
Perfect. So can you share with me an example of somebody that you've worked with and why perfectionism was such a challenge?
Yeah, and this came up in our conversation earlier because I just had a client the other day, really incredible young lady. I don't work with a lot of athletes anymore, but I'm working with this young lady because she has performance anxiety, and that's in my sweet spot. And so I did agree to work with her, and I'm really honored to work with her because she's a great person, she's a great athlete, she's a great student, she's just a great kid. And so I'm real excited to help her. And when we dug into why was she so anxious and why was she so anxious about performing well, it came down to she has a belief that she has to be perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, great question. That was the other part of digging in. Because of confidentiality, I'm going to leave that part out.
Okay.
Just anybody identifies who this young lady is.
Okay.
She's an amazing young lady. But what I will say is, in general, I have worked with people for decades now, and what I find at the bottom of perfectionism, or at the bottom of performance anxiety and perfectionism, it always comes from childhood. And so stuff happens, it's things people say, it's experiences you have, it's almost always related to early life experiences. And so that I can say in general. I won't say specific because it's a great family, great kid.
So being that I'm Asian, wouldn't perfectionism be helpful to people who are high performers?
Well, it is. And if you don't want to be happy, it's okay to continue.
Bam! T.C. North at his best.
Take that. So there is the juxtaposition that people don't understand, that you can be absolutely accepting of oneself. You can be accepting of yourself, Kim, and you can strive to be better. Most people think I am either striving to be better or I'm accepting myself the way I am. They don't understand that you actually have more energy to get better when you completely accept yourself just the way you are. Why is that?
You're the expert. You tell me.
Turned one around on you there, didn't I?
That's why you're answering the questions and I'm asking them.
The reason is if I'm always worried about being perfectionistic and I'm getting anxious, that's energy. That's energy I actually don't have to improve. So if I can accept myself and be joyous just the way I am, first of all, being joy and bringing positivity in my life gives me energy, but also I'm using that energy that used to be negative around anxiety and worry and fear. Now I'm just putting that energy into improvement. That's a whole ton of energy to get better. So that's the irony of the whole perfectionism thing, is you actually can get better faster by letting go of the perfectionism and really being self-accepting and still striving to get better.
So this is very simple and profound, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So
yeah, my favorite.
I know, simple and profound. But what advice do you have for those of us who might have a little bit of too perfectionism inside of us?
Well, let's look at two sides. What shouldn't you do? And I heard this comic on the radio, so I've never remembered who this comic was, but here's the advice of what not to do. And what he said was, I used to practice all the time because I heard practice made perfect. Then I heard you can't be perfect. So I quit practicing. I always loved it. I don't know why. It struck me as funny. I don't remember much, but I remember from 20 years ago on the radio, but I always remembered that.
It's fantastic. So now what would be beneficial?
What would be beneficial is to really learn to accept yourself and really come to peace with who you are, just the way you are right now. All the flaws, all the imperfections, all of that, just to really come to peace with that. And then put your energy into creating going forward in whatever aspects of your life, your professional life, your business life, whatever parts of your life, put all of your energy into getting better while accepting yourself and enjoying yourself in your life just the way you are.
That is very, very true. Now, is there any special equation that you can share with our viewers?
The equation is self-acceptance, self-love, and self-improvement all go together.
Okay, perfect. If you would like to bring TC in for one of his amazing keynotes or workshops, contact me through maxwelljames.net. Thank you so much, TC.
You're welcome, Kim.